Yo, what's up YouTube? My name's Greg and I wanted to throw together a quick little video to assist people in trying to get a hold of the EDD through their phone system. I've been on unemployment 2 times in my life, and right now with coronavirus and everything going on, it's crazy. I have a couple friends and family members that have jumped on unemployment, and it's even more difficult now to get a hold of them than it was, let's say, 2 years ago. So these are just things that I've learned in the past. I've looked up information, and it's like really hard to find any good information online. And so I figured I'd just throw together this quick video for you guys. And then that way, see if it helps you out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I've got 3 tips, all right, that'll help you get a hold of the unemployment department. I'm in California, and unemployment right now is crazy. So the first tip is 100% you need to call first thing in the morning. For us, they open from 8 a.m. to noon. I think they may have extended it now with the coronavirus going on. But so I found that if I call them the second it hits 8 o'clock, first thing in the morning, that's really the only time that I can get through to them. If I wait even 15-20 minutes, I notice that it gets harder and harder, and you call, and then you go through the steps, you press 1, press 2, and then they'll say, okay, we're going to put you through and put you on hold. And then it just clicks and hangs up. And then you're like, well, what the hell? Why wasn't I holding? That's because they have like a queue system. So I imagine, they could only have 100 spaces where people can call and hold. And so if you are calling and trying to get into the space and they're completely filled up and there's people that are already waiting, then it's just going to hang up on you. And then you're going to think it's like the system is messed up or your phone or whatever, but basically there's no room for you to wait. And so that's why it's important to call first thing in the morning, is because there's a lot less people. Let's be honest. People want to sleep in, they want to wait and call. But hey, if you want to get your money, you got to do what you need to do. So, calling first thing in the morning at 8 a.m. is super important. So that is what I tell people. First thing, 100%, you gotta call first thing, 8 in the morning. Literally, like as soon as it turns 8, I try calling. Okay, the second tip that I'm gonna give you guys is, man, sometimes I'll use 2 phones. It's like I have a work phone and a personal phone, and then I've even used like my brother's phone or a friend's phone. And I'll have 2 and 3 phones going right at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I call them up and I'm trying to get through, because basically the goal is trying to get through to where you get on hold. Sometimes you get put on hold and then it just hangs up on you anyways. So it can for sure be frustrating. Try not to let it get you too pissed. It's usually not the people that are there. It's not their fault. They're kind of having to deal with this old, outdated system. And I think they hired in a bunch of new people. And so now we've got a bunch of new people who kind of don't even know how the system works, or they don't know how to, optimize and make it work for them to help us. So that's a big problem, and then we have to keep in mind too, there is, from what I understand, there's a level 1 associate and a level 2 associate. Level 1 is brand new, they don't know anything, or they don't have that much capabilities or clearance to make big decisions or do anything other than just like give you your account number and what information they can read off of the screen. So, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of level 1s there. So, really, I have rarely had someone who's a level 1 be able to come through and help me out with what I need. If I need something changed in my account, or, they have to apply for some sort of, like a grant or something like that, they don't know what's going on. A lot of the times you'll get wrong information. So I always keep into mind that everything that they say I take with a grain of salt, because this person may not know what they're doing, and this person may have a little bit better of an idea. This person may have gotten the wrong information from another associate. And so I think that's real common. So it's like, whenever I call and I'm talking to a level one, I figure that they're probably not going to give me the information I need, but they can. So, I mean, hey, I'll take it and I'll try calling them. But so then a level two, they have probably been there longer. They might be a manager, but they have a much better idea of what's going on, what they can and can't do. And, everybody's case is specific. Everybody has these weird, different, qualifications and classes, and oh man, it could get super confusing. So if you need something that's kind of tough, kind of important, you have to call up, get on hold, and wait. Usually a level one answers, and then you talk to the level one, see if they can help you out. If they can't, then it's like, hey, I want to try to get a hold of a level two. And so usually if they'll say, oh, okay, cool, well, I'll put you on hold with a level two. Well, so now you got to go on hold again. And if the level two queue is full, you can be talking to a level one and he's like, okay, I'm going to put you on hold for level two. He puts you on hold, there's no queues, and then it just drops you off. And you're like, dude, what the hell? Like, I was just on hold for like an hour and I talked to somebody and then it just hung up. Well, that's the way their system is. So you have to keep it in mind, and, that thing is going to hang up. If there's no space for you to wait, that's going to happen. And so, like I say, try not to let it get you frustrated, because, it's just usually where frustration comes is because we're dealing with things that we don't have enough information. And so it just pisses us off, and especially when it comes to money and, trying to get them to do something for you, the government. It's like, oh, dude, good luck. So I think that they may even make it kind of hard to filter out a lot of people, because there's a lot of people who are lazy or they give up real easy. And so they're like, hey, well, if we don't have to give these people their benefits, then, like, we don't have to pay it out. So I bet you that's part of the process. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me. But so really a level two, that's who you want to get in contact with. I imagine there's not that many, but for sure, level two should be able to help you out. And always remember, like, this person may have a somewhat of an understanding, and then this person may have a better understanding. I mean, like, everywhere you go, it's like there's some people who are really good at their jobs, and then there's other people who suck and they hate it and they don't even like to be there, let alone helping people that are complaining. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always keep that into mind. I try to kill them with kindness. I'm sure they get people rapping on them all day. Hey, bro, I need to get my money, and you guys are jerking me around, and whoop-de-whoop. So I'm sure they get a bunch of people who call and talk a bunch of trash to them. So, I just try to keep it patient. And, the people who get their money, sometimes it goes through real easy. I've had that happen to certain people. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I helped you and it went through that easy. Sometimes it happens. And you have other people, it's like, man, they have to verify your social security number. Someone else maybe tried to open an account with your name and it was fraudulent and it got put on hold. And now you go to try to actually file a claim for yourself, but they're like, oh no, we need to make sure you are who you are because someone already tried to call and claim, and whoop-de-whoop. So that's really, that's a high probability that can happen. It's happened to me the first time that I did unemployment a couple years ago. I mean, it took me 3-4 months just for them to fill everything out, talk back and forth, and get them to verify I am who I say I am, and of course, they'll backdate the money back to the date that you created. But, just keep that in mind. So, the last tip is literally probably the most important tip, and it's don't give up. Just stick in there, it will come, it should come, You just need to kind of stick with it and talk to people. You know, if it starts to frustrate you, give it a little bit of time, try calling back. Like, I found if I call somebody and I don't get an answer that I like, well, I'll hang up and I'll call right back and try to get a hold of somebody else. And sometimes or often that's what helps. And so I actually get the help I need because I finally was able to get a hold of somebody who knows what they're doing. So that's so those are big. So it's like, you guys want to get a hold of the unemployment department. That's how I do it. And literally every time I do it and follow those 3 steps, then I'm usually getting through. And so I've helped out a couple of people and they're like, oh my God, dude, I had no idea. And, you know, and they get super frustrated, but I help them out and then they kind of see the light and then they're like, oh, okay. So, you know, it makes them feel a little bit better and they get a little bit of reassurance because there's somebody who knows what he's doing. Kind of. I mean, hey, some of the stuff I'm saying here, it might even be wrong too. This is just my own experience, what things work for me and the people who I've helped. And who knows, the system could change and they could change things. But so as of today, which is what, March 15th, 2021, that's kind of how the system is. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. And I'll try to help you out. I mean, maybe, you know, maybe I can, maybe I can't. I'm a busy dude. I got a full-time job. And so, you know, I'll try to get back to you as quick as possible. I'll leave like my email in there or something. And so you guys can do that and then hit me back. All right, for sure.